So if you want, just make sure you get a screenshot of it all. So I went ahead and I bought myself another Top Step challenge, another 100K challenge. As you can see, this is the account that was up 1478 the last 2 days. First trade of the day. So we about to hit TP1. That's TP1 on the trade. One thing I also wanted to explain to you guys really need to understand them. This is that boring part of waiting. Majority of people, they get into trading thinking it's gonna be an important thing. Doing what I don't want to do, regardless how I feel, as I was just telling you guys. That's what real discipline is. That's what real success is made of. This news went crazy. Look. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another video. And today is a good day. Today is gonna be a great day. If you woke up today, there's no reason for you to be unhappy. Stop being a little bitch. You woke up today, be grateful. There's a new chance, new opportunities to change your life, to live the life you want to live. Everything you want is in your control. Your dreams, you have the power to get. It's just a matter of if you're going to make it happen. But with that being said, today is Wednesday. If you guys know, the last 2 days I made about $1,478 with the last 2 trading days on my funded account. And if you know my rule, if I win 2 days in a row, I'm not going to trade a third. If I lose 2 days in a row, I'm not going to trade a third. So with that being said, I'm not going to be trading that account today. So I went ahead and I bought myself another Top Step challenge, another 100K challenge that I'll show you guys when I get to the computer. But I'm going to be trading that today, and I probably will be just trading that the rest of the week. Since I'm up 1,400 just in the last 2 days, I'm not going to try to push it. I'm not going to potentially risk money just to make more. 1,400 in 2 days is amazing. So if I can get this 100K also secured this week, next week, it's only going to be more money to be made, and just that's really all it is. But like I said, new opportunities, new chances. But let's hop on the computer, let's join the team, and let's get this money. As you can see, this is the account that was up 1478 the last 2 days. It's at 2,300 so far, and that's just with 4 days. So that's why I don't really need to trade it today. But I also went ahead and I got myself a new 100K account. So I got to get this to 6,000 to be able to pass. As you can see, this is a challenge. This isn't a funded account, but it is 9:23. We about to hop on the charts. Hop with the team. They're already in there. Let's get this money. Let's get productive. What are you doing? I don't trust you. I had to clean all these floors because you killed them. You did. You did. We could tap into it, create a nice little wick. I think that'll be my first trade. Short targeting, 6 a.m. low at 9:30. It's not a bad idea. First trade of the day. Nas 100 longs looking to target this high. Entry at the 1 hour gap. Let's see what we can do. We about to be up 500. Almost. We up our 500. Come on, 600 is what I was risking. So we about to hit TP1. That's TP1 on the trade. Regardless what happens, I'm breaking the fuck even. Just in case, you know? Just in case. I'm getting my entry right there. This is my trade. Same trade before. Ideally, I'm not breaking even until this shit hits these highs. Maybe I'll learn from my mistakes. Let's. Yeah, I just like this 1 hour gap. The 1 hour, I got a 30-point stop. I should be able to hold enough drawdown for that. If it goes all the way to, what would that be? Yeah, and this is my last trade of the day. So far, we haven't been moving, but my bias hasn't changed. I'm just sticking to it, not trying to deviate from the plan, just trying to catch this trade. I just left the VIP Trader Network, but this is the trade that I'm taking. I took the 2 trades with them, but I don't like to take more than 2 trades with the actual team. But for me, this is my personal trade on the new 100K account. So let's see what we can get. I'll keep you updated. Let's get to work. Actually, before I leave or anything, I'm going to readjust the stop loss because I also forgot there's FOMC today. So if I end up being in this trade way longer than I expect, I want to make sure that my stop loss is wide enough to where I can hold drawdown, because right now the market is this pretty wide range. I was risking 30 points, but that 30 points, I'm going to move it to 50 points. My stop loss was at 413. Right now I'm going to move it to about 395 around there. I think that's like 20 points below this low. Always be mindful of your stop loss. Your stop loss is everything. There's a lot of times you'll end up having a great trade idea, know the direction, but your stop loss is just too tight and you just may get stopped out. And I don't feel like taking any other trades. This is my last trade of the day. I want this trade to play out. We had 1 break even so far, 1 loss. If this trade plays out, we'll make all of the money for the day. Nah, I ain't gonna lie. This shit went crazy. This news went crazy. Look at, I told you guys, that 20 points, I put it below the low. It looks like it was just enough room. That shit was crazy. That wick If this was on Forex, I would have got stopped out. But bro, look at this move. I did not capitalize on this full thing, but I got a good amount of this move. And as you can see, the new account that we bought today is at 102,158. We made approximately 21.58. So yeah, so this trade ended up being like a 1 to 3.5 by the time I actually took profit. This was a great trade. Unfortunately, it wasn't on the funded account, but the way this trade played, we'll have another funded account soon enough. One thing I also wanted to explain to you guys really need to understand the importance of knowing yourself enough to know when you're likely to do things that are going to negatively affect you, do things that aren't going to be beneficial to your success, when you're going to do things that are going to lead you to self-sabotage yourself. Because as I told you guys in the beginning of the video, as you guys know, I don't trade 2 days in a row. If I win 2 days in a row, I won't trade the third. Vice versa, if I lose 2 days in a row, I won't trade the third. Today, I went to think, I was like, should I trade my funded account? And I told myself no, because every time I break my rules, every time I win 2 days in a row and then try to trade the third, I lose. And that's exactly what happened. Even though I didn't take those on the funded account itself, the 100K challenge that I did take, I was up in the risk. It was high risk trade, so I ended up losing a good amount on that. But also keep in mind, I knew what I was risking. I went into the challenge looking to pass it within 3 days. If I could risk $1,000 on a trade and make $2,000, all I got to do is do that 3 days in a row. I'm not going to risk $100 per trade to try to pass it in a month. I'm looking at it from the time aspect. But this all comes back to knowing yourself. The only reason I was able to know myself enough was because I got the experience. If I didn't have the experience, if I didn't go through all the things that have allowed me to learn that on that third day, I tend to do a lot of dumb shit, I would have traded my funded account and I'd probably be negative on the account and I wouldn't have a challenge also. So, hey, just on Instagram, replying to everybody. If you don't follow me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? I post all the clips every single day. This is got 1 million views. I got more views on here than I got on YouTube. This that boring part of waiting. Majority of people, they get into trading thinking it's gonna be, oh, I'm gonna have all this free time. I'm gonna be able to do whatever I want. Until you realize you get all this free time, that majority of people don't know what to do with. Majority of people don't have enough things to occupy their entire day. They don't have enough discipline. They don't have enough structure. They don't have a good routine that's actually going to allow them to use that time well. Most people, once they get this much time, they're not going to use it efficiently. They're going to end up losing themselves. They're going to get too comfortable. They're going to start doing things that you shouldn't do, because what comes with time? Boredom. What comes with boredom? Bad habits. What comes with bad habits? Not achieving your goals, not being successful. You may see me keep looking up. I'm just watching this trade play out, trying to see what it's going to do. But patience is very key. Majority of trading is sitting here and doing absolutely nothing. Once you take the trade, once you get in the trade, once you break even a trade, that's really it. You're not really doing much else besides waiting. Waiting is the name of the game. In order to become a good trader, you got to learn to have patience. You have to learn to have confidence in your system. You have to learn that when you take a loss, it's not the end of the world. When you take a win, it's not the end of the world. It's a long game. And to play the long game, you're going to have patience. All right, right now we about to head to the gym. The car just get out of my way. Thing with Florida, bro, people can't drive. People cannot drive in Florida. I don't know what's in y'all water, but I'm not really from here. I live here now, and it might influence me to drive a little retarded sometimes. We here. No days off. I may not want to be here, but we here, and that's the important thing. Doing what I don't want to do, regardless how I feel, as I was just telling you guys. That's what real discipline is. That's what real success is made of. Discipline, bro. And it's way easier said than done. I promise you that. It's way easier said than done. I could tell you to be disciplined. I could tell myself to be disciplined. Doing it is way harder than saying it. Everybody got advice until it comes to actually taking action. When it comes to the moment that you actually have to listen to your own advice. Most people, they're not ready for the journey, and they're not going to be prepared, and they're not going to be able to handle the outcomes that they're going to have to deal with. They're not going to be able to handle the losses. They're not going to be able to handle the losing friends. They're not going to be able to handle not sleeping. They're not going to be able to handle all the stress, not knowing if you're going to make it, not knowing if all the work you're putting in is even going to result in the outcome that you want. It's not fun, trust me. We got FOMC news, and I'm trying to see what the market is due. I'm just kind of watching it. We didn't really move too much today after those 2 L's, but after the gym, one of the main things I kind of came to conclusion is I'm gonna go get my journal, I'm gonna get a notebook, and I'm gonna write down my plan for drawdown control, for drawdown recovery, getting out of drawdown, being able to make money when you're in drawdown. Because at the end of the day, winning trades is easy. Anybody can get an account and win their first trade. Anybody can win a couple trades in a row. What makes a good trader are traders that are able to lose money and then make it all back plus more without over risking, without over leveraging. People that can go into drawdown, not get overstressed, not lose their confidence, and continue to get out of that drawdown and make money on top of that. That's what makes a good trader. I keep looking at my phone. I'm trying to get someone to join VIP. They're talking about how they need help. They're talking about how they need my assistance, but I'm telling people, my time isn't free. My time goes to VIP. My time goes to YouTube videos. My time goes to trading. My time goes to my family. That's it. For the day, we up about 255, and mostly the main reason I get a lot of people to join VIP is because I have to do a lot of these discounts. Most people, they don't take advantage of the actual price of $50 a month. They need to actually see what it's like first. Once you get in the community, the chance of you leaving is pretty unlikely, because every time that people join, they tell me how authentic it is, how they like the community, how this is one of the better groups that they've been in, how this is where we actually trade. I'm not in there just trying to send you guys signals. Nah, I'm not a signal. I don't send signals. I show you my trades. If you want to take them, that's perfectly fine. The main purpose of VIP is to be around like-minded individuals, to be able to grow, to be able to level up, to be able to ask questions, all of that. All right, we got that. Done with. I ain't go too crazy today. I know myself, and today I definitely wasn't gonna give it 1,000%. I probably gave it a good, tired of shit. I haven't wore a hoodie, like a full sweatsuit in the gym in a couple days. Hot as shit. I remember why. I've been wearing shorts and tank tops. All right, so as I told you guys, I'm going to be writing down basically my trade plan, essentially. It's not like I don't have a trade plan, but sometimes I just think it's good just to probably have to write it again, get it in front of your face, get a new piece of paper to read every single morning. Because right now, my emotions, my confidence is dying, just like this plan. All right, so first things first. This is just gonna be a trading plan. I'm gonna label the whole thing trading plan. I'll show you guys the paper when it's done. So we're gonna start off with number of trades. Number of trades a day. I'm only allowed 3 max. 3 max. Like 3 is like the total max. And why is that? Because you guys may hear me say before, I only like to take 2 trades. Yes, I like to take 2 risk trades. But say, for example, I take a trade and that trade hits break even, I will take another trade. If that trade hits break even, I'm still allowed to take another trade, and that's how I can get the 3. But if I take 3 break evens, it doesn't matter. If I take 1 loss, I'm allowed to take another trade. If I take another loss, I can't take another trade. If I take a break even and then I take a loss, I'm allowed to take another trade. At the end of the day, I'm only allowed 2 risk losses. And a lot of the time, I'm only taking 1 W most of the time. If I have a break even, that's still a W, but if I catch a trade after that, I just count that as 1 W, if that makes sense. But that's the number of trades I'm allowed, 3 max, and that's how I can calculate it. So how much risk per trade? Now, depending on the account size, let's just say we're going off of a 100K account, because those are all the accounts I've gone for. I don't have anything lower, anything higher. 100K account, I would have $3,000 in drawdown. Ideally, I'm risking about $250 to $300 per trade. Per trade. Now, like I said, I've said this before, that is per trade. So if I lose 2 trades, the max I could lose for a day is 600. And that may be a lot for some people. That may not be a lot to some people. But at the end of the day, if you want to make money, you got to risk money. If you want to make 1,000, you're gonna have to risk $300 to $500, unless you're trying to catch some crazy risk reward trades. But me, I don't like going for crazy trades. I like 1 to 2s, 1 to 3s. If I can make 1,000 off of 1 to 2, 1 to 3, that's perfectly fine. And I can get that from risking $250 to $300 per trade. Now, since I'm allowed 2 risk trades per day, if I do see a setup like I did yesterday where I'm okay with putting all of my risk on that one trade, I may just risk the full 500, 600 on that one trade. And from there, I could potentially make 1,000, 1,200. And that's just on one trade. But that's how much I'm risking per trade. I may risk less, but nothing ever more. 300 is like the max I will risk per one position. If I'm going to take one position for the whole day, then 600 is the max. 500 is probably like a median ground. All right, now we're gonna start off with what's simple. What am I trading? I trade futures, I trade US 30, I trade NAS 100. That's pretty simple. The times I'm trading, I trade New York session. I trade the same time every single day. So New York session, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. That's also the time that I'm live trading with the VIP Trading Network. That's the only time I trade. I may take trades maybe 12-1, but ideally that main time frame that I'm really trying to capitalize the most off of, where my high probability time is 9 to 11. I may catch a trade at 12, I may catch one at 1, But all that is happening is the chances of me winning that trade are dwindling as the day goes on. Because the longer the day goes on, the less time I have to hold that trade, the less volume is in the market. I want to put my trades only in environments that is the highest chance that is going to make money. The environments that has the highest chance that is actually going to have a successful trade. I don't want to get into a trade during easing session to be holding it all the way to the next day just for it to lose. I don't want to do that. So that's like everything when it comes to the numbers, but the trading plan is everything when it comes to the types of trades, to how much I'm risking and how many trades. So we're going to talk about the setups. The two types of setups I take, I only take two setups ever. I'm either taking a false break or a fair value gap fill. I've gone over this in other videos, but if you want a deeper like example of what this is with more charts, just check out the free course. The free course is going to have all of this plus more with all the charts and everything. Me talking to you right this is more for the people that kind of have that experience. But if you need the help, check out the free course. But false breaks and fair value gap fills are the only two types of trades I take. I take nothing else. I may have other confirmations, such as maybe a Fibonacci, maybe timing. Timing is a very key one. But the two types of setups are either I'm filling a fair value gap or we're running an old higher low. Simple as that. So now we're going to talk about traits that are going to be required in order for me to be a successful trader. Because from my 4 years of trading, I've learned there's a lot of different, there goes my phone, but I've learned there's a lot of different things, characteristics, traits that are required as a person to be a successful trader. For one, is going to be discipline. Discipline is a very main thing, and this is something that we all already know. Doing the things you don't want to do, regardless how you feel. Two, patience. Patience is everything. We went over this earlier in the day, but patience is required, especially in trading. You got to learn to be okay with doing nothing. You got to learn to be okay with just being in the moment, being present. Stop thinking of the future, stop thinking of the past, being in the moment. Patience is key. Consistency. Consistency is how you do one thing is how you do everything. If you want to be a consistent trader, you got to be consistent as a human. You got to be consistent in the gym, consistent at your job, consistent with your business, consistent with eating well, working out. All of these different things are going to fall over into your trading. You need discipline, patience, consistency, and I will say the last thing, you're going to need persistence, because this is not going to be easy. Trading isn't going to be easy. Becoming successful isn't going to be easy. Accomplishing your goals isn't going to be easy. You got to be willing to stick with it when times get hard. Stick with it when you're not seeing results. Stick with it when nothing is working out, when you're poor, when you're seeing no results, when nothing is working out, where you feel like the world is crushing down on you. You have to keep going, because in those moments, those are your tests. That's when the world is testing you. That is when your goals are getting tested to see if you even deserve it. Because if you fold, just know you're not going to get to those goals. But discipline, patience, consistency, and persistence, those are the main 4 traits that you need to build as a trader. Now, yes, there's going to be a whole bunch of other things, but these are the main 4. If you have these 4 things, the chance of you being successful as a trader, as an entrepreneur, is highly more likely than unlikely. Now, rules. Every trading plan needs to have rules, personalized rules that help you. Rules that you know are in place for you specifically. My rules may not be beneficial to you, but they're beneficial to me. And I've learned that from experience. I've learned that from putting the time in. I've learned that from getting my stripes. So the 2 rules that I have the consecutive 2 rule. Now, what is the consecutive 2? We all know this. I say this all the time. If I lose 2 days in a row, I'm not trading the third. If I win 2 days in a row, I'm not trading the third. Now, this is something that I kind of integrated. Now, one thing I was always telling myself is I'm not going to trade that second day. But I'm thinking I'm going to change this rule to just per account. Because at the end of the day, I'm allowed to follow my rules fully as long as it's on one account. I'm not allowed to take more than 3 trades on one account. But if I take those other 3 trades that I have for the day on a different account, I'm still following my rules within that account, as long as all the other things like the time I'm trading, the setup I'm trading, how much I'm risking, as long as everything is still followed, as long as, say for example, I won the last 2 days on my funded account, so I'm not going to trade that funded account today. But I could trade my other account today. But if I win today and I win tomorrow on that account, I can't trade that account the next day. But then I can go trade the other funded account. I hope you guys are following me. But that's my 2 consecutive day rule. And the last rule I have when it comes to like actually trading, this is something I have for myself, is I'm only allowed to trade 4 days. Now this kind of goes with the 2-day rule. It kind of helps me not trade every day, because less is more. You don't want to be on the charts every single day. You want to give yourself a day during the week where you're not taking trades. You can be on the charts and everything, but you don't want to take trades, because at the end of the day, too much of anything is bad. Too many wins is bad for you. Too many losses are bad for you. It's all gonna make you either feel greed or FOMO. And you wanna avoid all those emotions. And one way you can easily do that is just simply not trading every day, simply giving your brain rest, giving yourself time off. It's like a weekend in a sense. And now the last thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be writing notes to myself. Now, what are these notes to myself? These are things that aren't necessarily trade plan rules or anything, but these are things that I need to tell myself. These are things that I've learned from experience, either I learned today, last week, a couple weeks ago, but from the experience I've gotten the last couple of weeks, couple of months, I have notes that I want to tell myself, and this is what they're going to be. First thing I'm writing is listen to yourself. There's one thing that I've personally had a problem with, and it is the lack of respect I have for my word. I could tell myself I'm going to do something, but then I still won't do it. I could tell myself I'm not going to do something, and I still will do it. I don't respect my words enough, and that's because I've built the bad habits of doing things I tell myself I'm not going to do and doing them anyway my whole life. It's not something that just happened. It's something that is just, it's something I've always done. That's just me as a person. I'm just very stubborn a lot of the time. But that's something I'm kind of trying to learn because I know it's going to be required for me to get to that next level. I know it's required for me to get to the $100,000 a month, get to $1 million a year, get to $100,000 a month on one business, on multiple businesses. It's going to be required. And listening to myself, that's something I definitely, a lot of you probably struggle with the same thing, but you got to learn to have respect for yourself. How am I going to do that? By stacking up the small W's, by following my rules, following the process, doing what I'm supposed to that's going to give me the results that I'm looking for and actually getting the results, because it's going to allow me to just trust myself and trust the process because I've done it before. A lot of people struggle with chasing money. Me personally, I struggle by chasing the feeling of winning. A lot of the times I notice I don't even be caring to end the day off in positive or with profit. I aim to end the day off with that winning feeling, regardless how much I make. That dopamine hit that I get from having a successful day, that I have from having a winning day, it cripples me a lot of the time, because just with that one day of me trying to chase that feeling of winning, I will take a loss after loss after loss after loss after loss. And that's not what I'm trying to do. Some people have the feeling when they chase money. In my opinion, I hate losing. I hate the feeling of losing. When I lose trades, I feel like the world is crushing down on me. I feel like I can't trade. I feel like I'm not successful. I feel like I can't do it. I just lose a lot of the confidence. But I gotta learn to stop chasing the winning feelings. Chase following the process. Chase following the plan that's going to get you to that outcome. And the last little note to myself that I'm gonna have that I can kind of remember, I don't wanna just try to think of random things just to put them on here. I'm going off of things that just come straight to my head that's like the things that I know I need to have, but it's process over profits. Focus on the system, focus on the process, focus on following the rules, focus on following the plan, regardless if you win a trade, regardless if you lose a trade, regardless if it's a winning week, losing day, winning day. And that's something I tell you guys. But a lot of the time, I want you guys to understand with these videos, with the advice I give you guys, it's a lot of the time advice that I'm giving to myself. Because if I know this is things that I'm going through that I need help with, then the chance of it also helping you is going to be far more likely. But this is my trading plan. I'm going to show you and everything. So if you want, just make sure you get a screenshot of it all. This is my trading plan. So make sure, have yours. If you don't have a trading plan, how do you expect to actually have success without a plan? I don't know how you're gonna do it. Where we're gonna be ending the video off. I hope you guys had a good day. Hopefully you had a good, productive day. Overall, I wish I would have taken those trades on a funded account, but discipline is key. Following the plan is key. Following your rules is key. We ended up making about, I think it was 2,100 on the 100K account that we bought today. So in about 2 more days, ideally 2 more full winning trading days, we'll have a new account. But that's if we don't take more losses. I'm not gonna expect that. But I like to think positively. Just positive thinking helps with all things. But right now, I'm about to go pick up my girlfriend from work. I appreciate you guys for making it to the end of this video. If you made it to the end of this video, make sure you comment below. Comment your favorite part of the video. Comment if you learned anything. Comment your favorite part about the videos. This is just my daily life. And the fact that people sit here and watch it and find it entertaining and valuable, it means a lot. It means more than you guys can imagine. But if you want to learn how to trade, if you want to learn how I personally make money trading, if you want to learn my system that I use every single day, make sure you check out the free course. It's going to be in the description, completely free. You can learn to trade, learn how I trade for completely free. But if you're ready to join a team, ready to trade live, take my trades live, take the other VIP members' trades live and learn from us and be a member of the community, then make sure you join VIP. You can use the discount code in the description if you want to get 50% off the first month just to try it out. But with that being said, stay safe, stay productive, and I'll see you guys in the next video.